This video is for successful Amazon sellers selling in US marketplace and owning a US company, and we will talk how you can get more capital for your Amazon business. Our guest today is Donald Hennick from AccrueMe company. They're investing into Amazon businesses, and as they say, their model is very unique. Why unique, you will hear in this video. And many people who hear this idea, they say it's too good to be true. So listen for yourself and decide if their services could be for you an option to get more capital for your business. Also in this video, you will see another guest, Simas. It's a Lithuanian 7-figure seller, and he will be also helping me to interview the people who are ready to invest to Amazon businesses. And as always, don't forget to subscribe below to the YouTube channel of Orange Click, because here we talk to different Amazon experts, Amazon service providers, software creators. So subscribe and enjoy this video. Hello everyone. So first we will introduce our guests. We'll start with Simas Želvys. He's a 7-figure seller, and then we will go to our main guest, Donald Hennick from AccrueMe. So Simas, could you please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your Amazon business?
My name is Simas Želvys. I'm the managing partner of our current EU-based company. I've been selling on e-commerce since 2010. On Amazon, I'm on since 2015, and on my current business, I'm since 2017. I'm selling my own private label products. I'm managing four different brands, selling basically where Amazon exists, we are selling over there. USA, Canada, Mexico, all the major European marketplaces, Australia, Japan, and recently we sent the first batch to United Arab Emirates. All in all, on our e-commerce business, majority of sales comes out of Amazon, about 95%. We are growing quite fast. It's 3 to 4 times per year. Recently, we reached 7 digits. We are expecting this year to reach $4 million in sales. And what we face within this period of time, that growth requires constant investments, and constant growth requires constant funding of new projects, new product launches, and so on. And long-term goal is to reach 8 digits and start selling our brands brand by brand, and to have big exit.
Yes, so we have a representative of a lot of Amazon 7-figure sellers who is lacking some funds, and we have our main guest, Don Hennick from AccrueMe, and they are ready to invest into Amazon sellers. And today we will talk a lot about how can they help Amazon sellers. So Don, could you please introduce yourself, what you do and how you help?
Sure. Thank you. So I'm one of the co-founders of AccrueMe, and we're based out of New York, and we are really more finance backgrounds than e-commerce backgrounds. But we came into the e-commerce world and we started doing the research on Amazon in particular, and found there was a great need for money. There were many sellers that have a great ROI. They really have done a great job, but they lack the funds to really grow. So we looked at the lending options, and we didn't love the lending options. Didn't feel the way I did my research, didn't feel like it was helping the sellers. So we came up with a program that is completely unique. It has never been done before. And now we have $100 million behind us to get out on the street with Amazon sellers. So we need help getting the money out. So Augustus, okay for me now to explain what we do?
Yeah. Why do you call yourself that's a unique program or unique opportunity? It's interesting.
Yeah. Well, it goes along with the name AccrueMe. So what we do is we're not lenders. We don't lend money. What we do is we temporarily invest in the company. So like Simas, we would temporarily invest in his company so that he will match his capital. So let's just, right now we're just using Amazon.com and Amazon Canada. So let's say Simas had, I'm going to make up a number, $250,000 in those two markets. It's probably more than that. I'll just leave it at that. we will look at his products and we'll match that 250,000. So we'll put in a 250. And now what we won't do is charge interest. There'll be no payments. There's no personal guarantees, no credit report. We're not looking at your financials. We're looking at how those products have been working. And all we want to do is help you grow those products. We're not looking for you to stay stable and just, continue along. We're really looking for you to grow as high as you can. And we want to help you get there. So again, what people love about it is there's no payments. So what we do is we take a percentage of profits for as long as you want our money. All right. So we take a percentage of the profits based upon our percentage of capital. So if you have 250,000 and we put up 250,000, we represent 50% of the capital. We're not looking for 50% of the profits. What we look for is half of that. Whatever we have in, we get half of that in the profits. So this way the seller always wins, cannot lose. There's only one way the seller can lose. If I put $250,000 into Simas's business and he leaves it in the bank and doesn't invest it, then he's paying me for no value. And we just tell him, don't do that. Even if we approved him for $250,000, we would tell him flat out, don't take it all. Take $50,000, $25,000, $75,000, whatever it is, whatever you could use right away. We take no profit for the first 30 days because we don't think you get much value out of that first 30 days. So take whatever you need and then put that in the business. So maybe we represent 10% of the capital of the business at the start. We get 5% of the profits. And it just continues along and it changes month to month. We monitor everything and we agree on the numbers. It's pretty easy. It's pretty simple. And then let's just say, as Simas said before, and this is we're running into this left and right now, private label sellers that are setting themselves up to sell their business in a year, 2 years, 3 years. Well, they want to use our capital to grow as fast as they can, get that company big so they can get a multiple on a much larger company. And what are we owed? We're only owed the money that we put in plus our accrued profits. So the accrued part is the money that we didn't take out. We didn't take any payments or anything. So that's why we have the name AccrueMe. And you keep all the upside. So in a nutshell, no payments and you keep the upside.
Sounds good. Could you give us a little bit, what are your requirements to get some information? Whom are you targeting exactly? Are they only US based or can be European based, selling in US, or what's the?
Yeah. So we're fairly new. We started a year ago and we just put on a number of companies a year ago just to really learn as we were building the technology. And now we're just coming out of the box. So people don't know about us yet. So we're just doing things like this with Augustus and Simas. So this way, people will start learning about us and we'll talk to a few more people. So right now, everybody that we're doing business with is either on Amazon.com, Amazon.com in Canada, and that's it for now. They all have, we do require, and Simas, I know you mentioned that you are getting your corporation in the United States right now. We require an LLC. And the reason that we require an LLC is that we can create the agreement so that it does something very, very important. We don't take any of the ownership. You don't have no loss of ownership. We can't do that with a corporation. With an LLC, we could set it up so that what we are due is a percentage of profits, not the ownership of the company. We don't want to take your ownership. We want you to keep the ownership. And so that's why we do the LLC. To be honest with you, Augustus, I believe we can work with companies overseas, but we would like them to have an LLC in the United States.
How does it work? When I have a LLC, let's say in the United States, and you come guys and you give me the money to invest, to buy more stock, to be ready to insure myself. I will never be out of stock anymore. That is a huge burden in Amazon. Grow the business. So you don't have the ownership of the company. You don't have shares. You don't have nothing. Well, or something. So how does it work at this process?
Yeah. So what we have is a percentage of profits.
Do we sign a contract that we share the profit with you in exchange of investment?
Yes. So what happens with the LLC is we become a partner in the LLC. So we have a new agreement on the LLC, which we give you. And
Okay.
it's very simple. And it just spells out clear as day that all we get is a percentage of profits based upon the percentage of capital that we have in compared to your capital.
Yeah.
So if we're 30% of the capital this month, we get 15% of the profits. And
Okay.
it adjusts. Our only gating factor is we will not go over 50%, 50. So, if you can do anything you want with the money, but we will not go over 50%. We don't want to own more than you.
Okay. So you calculate the profits on monthly basis.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
How do you calculate that profit on the monthly basis? Out of sales, just plain sales, and I mean, do you have API connection to our account, and then you see all the data, how many units did we sell, and how does that work?
Yes, exactly. We're connected through the API. We see everything that's going on. You give us the cost. We verify the cost. And then we're going off gross profit. So meaning your sales, less your cost of goods sold, less any of the expenses you have on Amazon. Expenses outside of that, we have no control over. So if you need money to pay your, car lease or whatever it might be, travel expenses, that is all on you. So you can take money out of the company and do whatever you want with it. But that doesn't count towards the profit of the company. So it's the gross profit.
Oh, okay. So in case I need to pay for press releases or whatever, let's say outside traffic,
product launching, right?
Product launching, all these kind of social media advertisements.
Right.
So you don't cover those expenses into account. You don't take those.
No, but if you're advertising on Amazon and things, any of the Amazon expenses can come into it.
Okay.
And I want to touch on one more thing because you just brought up product launch. So we have to see that the product is already successful. So if it's a brand new product, we don't know, we don't want to be in a gambling position. We're not looking to take that. So, but if there's money in the company that with products that are successful, we will invest in those. Anything outside of that, you keep 100% of the profits. And then once you launch a product, so you can use our money, take it out of your company, use our money and launch a product, that's fine. And once that product is successful, it's profitable for at least 3 months, you can come to us then and we'll finance that product as well.
Oh, so that's the basic idea. You even not on the company level, you deep inside on the product level.
Right.
For example, if my company sells 400 SKUs, the 400 different products, and I can say that I pick only 3 products out of my whole the portfolio, let's say, and you fund only those 3 products, then you get the measures out of these 3 products, and what the profit makes those 3 products, you take the percentage of how much did you invest.
Yes, how we can do that. However, more likely it might be there are 3 products that are just not profitable and are too new for us. So we're excluding them. And all the sales you get on those, all the profit you get on those, you keep 100%. So let me give you an example. So a guy that we've been talking with a bit, he's just signed up with us. He's got 3 products, 3, independent brands that he's doing very well with. So we're financing each of these brands. And now he's taking our money. Now this is interesting because this is a guy that's worth over $100 million, to put it in perspective. Okay. And what he came back with is he said, this is brilliant. He goes, I can use your money. Let me backstep one time here. He's got 10 new brands that he wants to launch. And he believes that by taking our money out of his business, out of the 3 products that are already doing well, he can take our money, fund those 10 new brands. He wants to launch a brand, I think, 1 every 10 days. And that in 2 years, without putting any of his money in, he believes he's going to have a $12.5 million gain. He'll sell that business for $12.5 million, and he has never put a penny into it. Brilliant.
Perfect. Sounds great.
Yeah.
All right. So now you said that you are ready to fund his new brands, right? Not existing.
So we're funding his existing products, and then he's going to take that money. So whatever the number is, let's say we give him $100,000, whatever the number is. I think it's, I don't remember what the number is. So call it 100,000. And remember, we won't go over 50%. He can take that $100,000 out and put it into his new products. And he doesn't need a lot of money to launch these products. So he's doing one, then he's going to do the other, then he's going to do the other. And now maybe, 2 months from now, 3 months from now, he comes back to us and says, all right, out of those 10, I've got 2 that are really kicking ass right now. I'd want you guys to look at it and analyze it and give me money on those 2. Happy to do it.
Sorry, maybe I didn't hear well. How long does it take the product to be live so that you could evaluate the value of the product so you are getting interested in?
Minimum 3 months.
Minimum 3 months, the product has to have the sales history.
And profits. We want to see 3 months of profit.
Okay, so what about the seller? How long does the seller has to be selling before you enter into the game?
It won't come into play with you, but a minimum of 6 months. And I'll tell you why we went so low as 6 months. Is that we could have started this and said our minimum amount is $100,000, right? And we could have done, very few deals, but a lot of money. Like I say few deals, maybe 10,000 of those, maybe more. But what we decided to do is that we feel that there are so many of these sellers that are small and really could use some help. So we'll give them $10,000. We'll match their $10,000. And we've done all the modeling that we can show them that if they're doing well, by doubling their capital, they're going to kill it, over, next year or 2 years. If they work hard and put their head down and really learn the business and bust their asses and make it happen like every other business, as you've already done, we want to help them. So we put a limit of just 6 months in the business. They've got to show a track record that they're doing well, that they know what they're doing. We have a conversation with everybody. We want to know who the people are. We want to know what their goals are. We want to help them get there. So if you think about it, we only make money when you make money, right? So if you went to a bank and the bank gave you the money and you just went through this COVID experience and Amazon said you can't send any products in, and oh my God. And all of a sudden, when we've had it, we have one client right now, a private label guy, and all of a sudden his volume went through the floor. His expenses didn't, he's got to live. Well, he didn't have to pay us anything. There were no payments and his profit dropped really, really far down, like down to almost zero. So what we earned on his account was in the hundreds of dollars. It was almost zero. If he had lost money, we would have earned zero. He would have not owed us a penny. You don't get that from a bank. So what he came back to is through these hard times, and a couple of others have come back and said, through these hard times, you guys have changed my life because we've taken the stress off their backs. It's really pretty unique.
Okay. What about the agreement terms? Is it there like a term for how long you invest, or just like until the seller owes you money, then it's like a permanent agreement, and while the seller is working, you working with him, or there's a exit for you, like you are interested just in a short-term investments, like 1 year, 2 years? What's the deal?
Initially, what we
I get it.
required was
So here's what we
you
do.
stay in the program for 6 months, because we put a lot of effort in early on, and we want to get a chance going with you. We want you to have a chance to experiencing it as well. We've had nobody even try to leave at any time like that, so it has been zero issue. But we did change that. And what we changed it is because we came to the conclusion that the sellers that we have on board were not really getting much value out of our money for the first 30 days. And so what we did was we said, we're going to take zero profit for 30 days. We're not taking anything. We don't want to take out of your pocket. We only want to take out of your, what we've given you the chance to make. So instead of 6 months, we asked you to stay in the program for a minimum of 7 months. That's it. If you really wanted out, we'd help you and we'd get out. We're not here to hurt anybody we don't want to be in business with somebody that doesn't want to be in business with us. We want to work together, grow this. We want to help you. We want you to teach us at the same time. We got to be able to work together to make this grow. But if you want to go out in 7 months, go. If you want to go out in 9 months, go. 12 months, 2 years. But again, what I'm finding is that if people don't want to leave and they want to just stay in, they want to keep growing, and especially the private label guys are all looking at the payouts. They're looking at, I'm going to set this business up to sell in a year or 2 years or 3 years, and they don't want to run out of product. They want to, open up a couple of other brands along the way and have a big payout at the end.
All right, it's very interesting. It sounds really unique. And while browsing your website, we found a calculator where basically an Amazon seller could find out what. Could you give us a comment? What is that and how does it work?
Sure. There's two things on this. So anybody that goes to our website, the calculator is fun and it's interesting and it's insightful. And you definitely should play with it. And we'll come back to that in a second. The other thing is there's a button, the Apply Now button. There is no downside to hitting that. So in other words, there's no cost. We're not pulling a credit report. There's nothing like that. All we're doing is asking a few questions, and then we'll be able to come back with answers to those questions with what we think we can put into your business. Yeah, so that's it right there. And nice and simple. And then from there, and give you all the terms. And this way, if the seller likes the terms and likes the money, and then they can go to the next step where they give us access to their account so we can see what's really going on, do the analysis. We built a system we call the brain that really calculates your profit level on every product going out for however many months. And then we can come back with an exact amount. So it's really simple. There's no cost. There's no headache. The initial thing takes, minutes, and then the full approval, 2 to 3 days, I would say, because we take our time with it. So do you want to go back to the calculator?
Yeah, let's do calculator.
All right. So I haven't been on this in quite a while, but it's really fun. So you can see what it all is. But what's your monthly ROI? So you just put your own inputs in.
Let's say 20%.
Yeah, that's typically what most people put in. Turn time, call it 30 days, and then lifestyle withdrawals. So how much money do you want to take out every month for yourself? And you can change this. You can play with it multiple ways. But how much do you want to take out? It could be as a percentage or of profits, or it can be as a dollar amount. US dollars.
When I talk to sellers, they say they don't have money. They don't have anything to cash out. So I put 10%.
Yeah, I typically put in 25, but you put in whatever you want. But the thinking is that and this is what we found when we came up with this whole idea, is that I'm going to say every seller I spoke with before we did this, they all had the same problems. I'm making a great ROI. I'm making some good money, but I have to put my money back into the business. So it was a catch-22. Do I grow my business or do I eat and pay my rent?
That's the biggest issue for
Yeah.
Amazon sellers that doesn't have the external cash. Even though if the business is growing, each month you need more to invest because you have to cover all the shipping terms and so on. So
Right.
that's the idea behind it.
Right. So with additional capital, you can take money out. You can do the things that you can live and grow at the same time. So you put it in wherever you want. So how much did you put in there? 10,000 or 100,000?
I put 100,000, let's say.
All right. The numbers are going to get very big because this assumes that you're going to reinvest every single month. So let's
it's single month. So let's make it
10,000.
Yeah.
20. Okay. I'm hitting calculate.
Okay.
All right. So just scroll down. Yeah. So this is just the gross power. Okay, over 2 years. So if you can see, it's pretty interesting. In the beginning, it's very similar. So you'll make a little bit more money with us, and if you put your cursor over those dots, you'll go back towards the beginning, like month 1. I can't see what the number is there, but
with AccrueMe investment 7,600 without 5,000.
So if you had $10,000 and now you were able to make an extra $2,000 in a month, you would do it all day long. So go out to like month 12 and just and what do we have here?
And
42,000 versus 24,000. Yes. So almost double by month 12. This is per month. That's what I'm saying. The numbers get crazy. It's just the way it is. It's just, math. It's simple. Let's get really crazy and go out to month 24. This is when you're going to be buying me a new car and everything else. So on your own, you would be earning $133,000. With us, $265,000 in a month. I mean, it becomes mind-boggling. Now, remember, this assumes you're taking out, what did we put in as the lifestyle?
20. Lifestyle was 25%.
25%. So that's already out. So now let's scroll down and you'll see a little bit more. There's just a couple other graphs here. So this is just on your own where you would be. So Augustus, if you put your cursor into the different boxes, you'll see, okay, so that's 194,000 that you took out. And now if you put your box, over there, and your business would have earned 770,000. Pretty damn good. But now together, what would it look like? Let's go down below. Yeah. So you would have earned almost $1.5 million. And how much would you have taken out?
It's 366, and you take out much more. Yes.
And now let's look at what AccrueMe earns.
183,000
over 2 years, with you making $1 million, $1.5 million plus $370,000. It's mind-boggling. Let's go to the last one here, because this is very interesting. Go down to the profit participation. So remember, this assumes that we start at 50-50, and AccrueMe represents 25% of the profit. So if you just think about it, if you have 75% of the profit and we have 25, and we both leave, you take out your monthly lifestyle withdrawal and put everything else back in the business, we are going to, meaning AccrueMe is going to have a lower percentage the next month. So we won't be 50%, we might be 46%. And the next month we might be 44% and so forth. So how mind-blowing is it that as you're using our money and we're leaving our money in for you to keep growing, our profit percentage keeps dropping, so that over 2 years, we become a very small part of a very large pie. And
wow.
I have the question. Yeah, looks very nice. Just my question about it. How do you get these numbers? Since Amazon makes disbursements to bank account, and you do not know how much money the seller takes out for his own living, and how much money does the seller reinvest back into the business. How do you manage those numbers?
in this scenario, it's all in there. It's whatever you as the seller put into that into the calculator. It's, these are your numbers.
Oh, okay. So add the calculator later on when you do business, when you do investment. Do you manage those things, or you just have the API connection to Amazon and that's it?
Yeah, it's the API connection plus
Okay.
whatever you're paying for the product. Those are the two factors that come into it. And again,
Okay.
if you want to take out
Mhm.
more than 25%, you want to take out whatever you want.
Yeah, that's the personal management of the account. Yeah.
As long
Okay,
as
I
you
got it.
keep us at
Mhm.
50% or lower, that's all that matters to us. We don't want to go over 50%.
Wow.
Okay.
Sounds really, really good.
Right? It's crazy.
Yeah, it's nice. Simas, do you have any final questions for Don? Are there any doubts?
Still probably I'll need to sleep with that idea overnight, and tomorrow I will wake up and to accumulate all the things what I heard. All in all, I like to sum up what I heard. Looks very promising. It looks very interesting tool to use for sellers. Even though the banks usually doesn't work with the Amazon sellers. Basically here in Europe, it's very hard to prove
Same here.
that. Yeah, same there in United States. Banks doesn't know the Amazon ecosystem and doesn't know how the sellers work, so it's very hard to prove as a sustainable business model. So from this point of view, the AccrueMe looks very promising, looks very nice.
I have to tell you, we never hard sell anybody. We're not about selling. All we want to do is present it. And if it works for you, terrific. If it doesn't, explain how, so this way we can learn as well. All right. And, it's fun. We're having fun with it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Everybody should make a hell of a lot of money from this. We want to see you just kill it, make a lot of money, grow, sell your company. And we all win. That's just wonderful. We want you to keep all that upside. So again, no hard sell. It's whatever works. We're happy to answer any questions anytime.
Perfect. So what's the best way for people to apply? It's probably to go to your website, right? AccrueMe.com.
Yep, that's it. And it's so simple. It literally will take no more than 3 minutes. You answer some questions, and then you get a good feel for exactly what we'll do for you, all the terms, and then we'll ask for your ID so that we can get the access to the account. And then over 2 or 3 days, we'll give you firm numbers, and then we'll have another conversation.
And if someone has some pre-application questions, what's the best way to contact one of your representatives?
Yeah, they can either right on the site. There's I think it's info@AccrueMe, but they can also just contact me directly. Is fine.
Okay.
It's the simplest email in the world. Don, DON @AccrueMe.com.
Yeah, we will leave all the contact details below in the description of this video.
Perfect.
And thank you very much, Don and Simas, and good luck in all your businesses. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Nice meeting you, Simas.
Me too.
So, how did you like this idea? Do you think it's a unique possibility to get capital for your Amazon business? Well, you're welcome to apply for funding and get in touch with AccrueMe company. All the links and contact details you will find below in the description of this video. And also, don't forget to subscribe to YouTube channel of Orange Click, because here we talk to different Amazon sellers and different Amazon seller software providers. And finally, I leave you with this video, which you might be interested to watch, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.